Hey, good morning, brothers. What's up? Um, if you're getting this video from me, it means that over the course of the weekend, last weekend, when we were at Grounding Man, we either talked, shared a meal together, had a meditation together, shared a cabin together, had some kind of interaction with each other that had me walking away feeling like that we had connected as either peers, friends, or brothers, and wanted to just say thank you for that, and also say I hope the feeling is mutual, and share an idea with you that kind of, I guess you would say, that the spirit is calling me to share, or sort of the theme of the year as it unfolds for me, and ask if you've watched this and it seems like something, the idea seems like something you'd want to know more about, that you respond with either, actually respond to this and provide me with a phone number and an email address if it is something that you're interested in. And kind of, guess, moving along, one of the lots of cool things happened last weekend. One of the coolest things was on Sunday when Elliot went over, was talking about astrology and the the signs and the year. And what was really cool about that for me is that I journal and write stuff down prodigiously. I've got volumes of stuff that I've kind of written down over the past 10 years, and I'd written this all out myself and discovered it on my own, with the year starting on my birthday, and it breaks down into quarters, and each quarter kind of has a theme. And I didn't have any idea it was about astrology, but when I have the year starting at my birthday, and there's the 3 quarters, and they each have a theme, king, warrior, magician, and lover, kind of, well, like, that fits. It just fits. It was like the same thing, different language. And at the beginning of my year, which starts January 27th, so my quarters kind of like run February, March, April. What I've noticed over the years, and it's proven true this year, is that during the first quarter, the theme reveals itself. And what's revealed itself for me this year is that this is kind of a non-commercial year for me, non-business related, non-material year, where I kind of want to concentrate on myself. Want to concentrate on healing some wounds, and building, intimate social connections. And intimacy isn't necessarily, obviously, when I'm talking about that with women, it's that's kind of obvious. But with men, I kind of like the concept of brotherhood, and I'll kind of close with that idea. And Grounding Man really fit right into that. In fact, there's a picture on, we're all friends on Facebook, presumably. There's a picture, one of my kind of leading pictures is, the night we had a strength camp party where the idea got revealed, which was the beginning of February, which is right at the beginning of my year. So it was like, fell right in line. And kind of, so the idea that I wanted to share, what I wanted to come up with, what I'm feeling like I want to create right now, is sort of like the idea of like a group, a club, a fraternity, as the IRS would describe it, a 501c7 nonprofit social organization, where we kind of come together as brothers, friends, peers, and we work together to sort of organize events and retreats like we just did twice a year, and we do it for ourselves, and we facilitate them for ourselves, and we all kind of take a piece of that and build it for ourselves. Find some guys who are do the Osho, or perhaps we have to bring some senseis on. But I think that if we can do that and gather our resources together, that we can put that on and really create something for ourselves that is can be done on a recurring basis, and provide some value. So kind of a group mission statement that I kind of came up with is, as far as what I'm thinking of, is what I don't have the name for the group yet, although it would probably it would definitely need one. The group mission statement was something like this: we are, I'm going to read it. We are peers, friends, and brothers. We work together to create retreats twice per year where we engage in active Osho meditations, group activities, and social interactions. Our time together empowers us to show up in our lives as good, strong, powerful men who create enduring legacies of triumphant growth, fulfillment, and prosperity for ourselves, our families, our friends, and our communities. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of right there. And that I think would be something that if we could do that, kind of do it on a non-commercial, non-profit basis amongst people who we invite, that we've kind of shared a little bit of a bond, made some kind of connection with, that we can do something on a recurring semi-annual basis where we create something that's affordable, that, you know, we work together and create teamwork and build that sort of bond of fraternal brotherhood. And that's important for me. You know, that's one of the things that I've realized that, you know, that I need to work to grow and facilitate for myself, in addition to, you know, working on the inside with the meditations and, you know, the internal healing. You know, one of the things that would go into that was that, and wanted to just kind of share, you know, a story about that, or kind of an anecdote. Last year in September, I live in Florida, and my neighborhood is rather low-lying, and we were having a hurricane coming, and didn't know exactly where it was going to go, but it could have, you know, come here and flooded my neighborhood. And you know, I don't fear a lot, but I do know that my neighborhood is low-lying, and you know, I'm not going to be a boat person. You know, I don't necessarily go nuts and you know, drive 12 hours to make it 100 miles to have my car run out of gas. But you know, I needed to go somewhere, and in the past, it's been a long time since we've had to do that. My parents lived close by, and I could go over their place. And this time was not an option. They'd moved, and so one of the things that just sort of left me feeling like how alone that I was. And I had friends that I could have gone to that were several hours away. It was not my first choice, and so I asked my best friend, who lives in very close, you know, a higher ground area, if I could come stay over his place, and he said absolutely. And he was, you know, it meant a lot. And you know, I said he had to take care of his house. He has a house. And I was like, don't worry about it. Do whatever you need to do. I've got every other thing we could possibly need, all the food, all the water, all the, you know, we can camp out for a week. And that was great. You know, I had somebody who was there for me. And then, you know, as we were kind of hanging out, we grilled up food, all the food that was going to be in his freezer that was going to go bad. You know, drank some stuff and had a good time barbecuing. You know, the lights went out, and we just sort of, you know, hang around, made videos, and sent them to, you know, women that we knew, and got, you know, back and forth as they're in the dark. And, you know, then he got nervous. The stuff was falling on his house, and you know, I could have gone to bed, and he was kind of freaking out about it, just because that was his house and he was responsible for the stuff that was in there. And I was like, dude, I think we can go to bed. He's like, no, we got to stay up, but you can go to bed. I said, listen, you know, I can go. You're right. I can go to sleep right now. I'll go into the guest bedroom and I'll be fine. But you know, and this is your house. If you want to sit here in the living room and just kind of be alone with yourself in your house, I know we've been hanging out all day. I'm cool with that too. But you know, if you're really worried that something's going to happen to your house and you need to stay up and be awake for it, then I'll hang out with you. And he was just so touched by that and really moved by it, and you know, that somebody would do that. And he was able to kind of, went off into our, you know, guest bedroom, his room, within about 10 minutes after that, because he just felt, you know, comforted, just sort of the same way that I did, you know, when I had a place to stay. And then over the course of the week, drove out to my home the next day. There was electricity, and we were able to come back. He didn't for a week, brought his dog over, and you know, we didn't have to work, so, you know, we just kind of hung out, and it was a good thing. And you know what, women are great, we love them, obviously, but you know, that kind of like being there for somebody, you know, that's brotherhood. And I think that's kind of like what it comes down to, you know, grounding man versus grounding camp. I think that's the kind of thing that we can facilitate, because, you know, I mean, it's like we all have, you know, if you have girlfriends or wives or whatever, you know, you can't go say, well, you know, I'm going to go hang with my best friend who's a woman, and we're going to sit around in the dark and, you know, grill food and drink and shoot the shit and do videos and, you know, act silly in the middle of a hurricane. Like, that's just not going to work. I don't, that point could be debatable, but I suppose, but I don't think so. And that's kind of what stuff like that, what I got from that is, that was a great thing to have, and I felt, you know, blessed, and to have that, and that's kind of what I need more of. And I didn't want it to I was trying to keep this at 5 minutes, but it's coming up on 10. Hope you all listen to it. And again, if this is, creating a group, or creating a club, or creating a fraternity, or something, kind of enduring, where we do this on a regular basis and facilitate it for each other, and perhaps invite other people, and grow that as time goes on, and would like to know more kind of what I'm thinking, where my head's at with it. I invite you to respond to this. Give me a phone number, give me an email address, and certainly reach out to me with any questions. If we're friends on Facebook, you can shoot me a text, or I'll shoot you one. I have no issues with phone calls. Like talking on the phone, hearing my brother's voices. So peace. Hope everybody has a great Sunday. Hope everybody had a great week after the retreat last week, and I hope to hear from you all soon. Take it easy.